What up? What up? We're back on the Fixxx on Dash Talk X. All right, so we got our first guest of the weekend here.
Yeah.
He's known for his dope verses on this past season of Empire and his ghostwriting skills all over the music industry. This gentleman's journey started in Long Island, New York, and has led him all the way out here to the West Coast, where he's been working on his album titled The Album Is Coming. Welcome to the Fixxx. Recording artist Ace, what's good?
What's good?
Man, thank you for taking time to come in
I
here,
appreciate y'all having me here.
So go ahead and tell the people about this project you got coming out, man, and what to expect from it.
So the project I got coming out right now is called The Album Is Coming, and it's just basically like a peek into like what I'm doing right now, and just kind of like a peek into like my mind state. If you could like peel back my head and look into my thoughts of like what I'm doing, like just during the hustle right now. That's pretty much what all of this encapsulates on this project.
That's dope. So have you been working on music every day? I mean, I'm sure you have. Are you?
Yeah, if I'm not writing for somebody else, then I'm working on my stuff, but it's pretty much like an everyday thing at this point. So it's just been like keeping the momentum going, try to squeeze in sleep when I can, but you know, that shit normally don't come.
That's dope. That's dope. So tell everybody where it started for you.
It started for me like when I was 14. I started, it was just like a group, like Cypher in the lunchroom. And it was just like when I seen the Cypher, I just like immediately that energy I was gravitated toward. And I just like stepped to the center. And I didn't spit that day, but the dude who was spitting, like he went for like 7 minutes. And I was like, I want that energy. So it was like from there, I started spitting other people's rhymes because I didn't know how to write yet. So I kept spitting other people's rhymes. And this dude caught me slipping. And he was like, I know that verse. So it was just like, I never wanted that feeling again. And from there, I started writing my own stuff, started recording my own stuff, just getting used to it, how it felt, how it sounded. And that was pretty much my whole thing out in New York, was just recording myself and putting my own stuff out constantly. And then eventually I was like, you know, what's there to lose from coming to LA and doing the same thing out here and just doing it in a different environment.
How tough was it to, you know, have your presence felt in the East Coast? Because that's the mecca of hip hop, you know what I'm saying, in New York.
It's interesting because it's very it's supportive, but it's a different type of support. Like people would think you're dope, but like, you know, you perform, somebody be against the wall like this, you know what I'm saying, all night, and then they come up to you like, yo, you was tight. It's like, yo, why wasn't you showing me that love? So that's like pretty much kind of like how it is. People be like, yo, you're dope, peace. So it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was just like sort of the same thing as LA, just keep being consistent and keep going over and over. But I don't know, I just found like for me personally at that time in New York, it was a lot of people like who liked what I was doing but really couldn't do nothing for me.
So they had that poker face when they was watching you spit and doing
you know what I'm saying? The energy out here, my fault, damn. Seats is crazy. Yeah, I'm Gooch. Now I was trying to like adjust. I didn't expect the armrest to come back. But it was just like it was a struggle because, you know, out there in New York it's like everybody does it, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta break through the white noise a little bit, but it made it easier when I came out here because I came out with that same kind of veracity and that same kind of like energy like I was out in New York. So I feel like it allowed me to do things quicker in LA and just like get to where I want to get.
And then if you can make it out of New York, you can make it anywhere.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Especially out here in the West where everything moves a little slower.
Yeah.
But in the East Coast, everything's like full speed, moving fast. You know what I'm saying? The quicker you're up here, the faster you'll be down low. So that hustle that's instilled in you from being from the East Coast is like nothing when you come to the West. You can tolerate anything.
Facts. I know that the West Coast is like, the vibe is a little bit different. You know, the people are more open, but on the East Coast, everyone's a little bit more blunt. It's a little bit, bit harder. But I want to hear more about Empire.
Yeah.
My bad.
No. Tell me.
But yeah, I just want to know, like, how was that whole process and what was that adventure like for you?
It was cool because it was part of like a bigger adventure for me. So I started working with my producer Sean Hamilton about 2 years ago, and we was just like, he was squeezing me in on sessions whenever he could, and we worked on like a bunch of records for some kid from Atlanta named John Michael, who's really dope, and we ended up doing some records for him. Not all of them ended up going to him, and we ended up placing one of them on Empire. And then we placed another one just like off the momentum of it, but just even getting to that.
Yeah. Floyd. All these jewels that I spit, fools that get chipped. Can't change the game cause it's rules to this shit. When you follow suit, whole crews that get rich. I'm the proof, check the motherfucking views in this bitch. Yeah, as I cruise in my six, need 100K a show, that's my muse when I spit. I'm the type to make the news when I trip, probably be my downfall, a a short fuse on the crib, but I'm working on my temper. Put some jewels on my wrist, cause I'd rather be that nigga on the cruise with my bitch. Boat dock, only food is a fish. On the coast of Greece, nigga, where the views is the shit. Follow me home, come and view the abyss. Take a walk with me, take your tool just to take a piss. It ain't safe, tell a nigga get a grip. Hard-headed niggas gotta take a bag to take a shit. Where if you let a nigga mark you out, you labeled as a bitch. Can't take a straight back, so niggas ain't taking shit. They see you with it, probably take a nigga shit. If you got that on your record, probably take you for your chick. And disrespect you front your kids, and treat you like the broad that you is. That's on God and my kid. I'ma have you going with the wind. Stop them games where they start to begin. Lying hard in my rib, and nigga, it get dark in the den. Question is, homie with the shorts, can you swim? Smell fake, smell pussy, smell fear. Killer instinct, we can tell what's
I be
pretend.
getting to the money, ain't a damn thing funny. You can see this cash all on me, I be on it till I'm. After that, then I've been getting to the money, ain't a damn thing funny. You can see the cash all on me, I be on it till I'm. After that, then
just working, putting little Lucy's out in the meantime. But other than that, this one is like my first real, like I feel like my first like professional effort. You know what I'm saying? Like the last one I did, it was all, I mixed it myself, I recorded it myself, and I kind of like took the reins on it. And this is the first time I'm giving it to like another producer and like kind of like trusting them with the process and like having like other components come in. So I guess it's kind of my first album, but not really, because I put out a first album and then I don't feel like this is like my first album. So that's why I called it The Album Is Coming. You know what I mean? It's just something to hold people over in the meantime.
It's like an appetizer before the full meal.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the current state of hip hop? You being somebody that takes pride in your penmanship and lyricism, but then you got people out here that's kind of like a gimmick. You know, they kind of look like clowns. They got little songs with hooks, nice beats. How's that challenging for you, and how do you feel about the current state of hip hop?
I mean, I don't think it challenges me as much as it helps me stand out in the crowd. So I don't mind it, and I don't think it's like any different. You know what I mean? We've always had like the clown acts. You know what I'm saying? No matter what era of hip hop we was going through, and I think the state of hip hop is probably in the best that it's been. You know what I'm saying? Like never has the gates been this open, for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't matter if you whack in Wisconsin or you nice and in LA or wherever you are, like you could get it, you could get on, you could get heard, and you could find an audience that like back in the day, like it had to be like a few people, like you had to do so much selling out to even get in a position or compromising to even get in a position to like make the music. So now I feel like you could go just straight from like mine to the internet, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to, so I like it. I like there's like a whole bunch of choice. I feel like there's different types of hip hop for everybody, and it's like, there's no segmented idea of what's real anymore. Real is just authentic. Like real used to be like you had to like be on some gang shit or something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or you just have to tell a more like adverse story, and now people realizing there's all different types of adversities. There's all different types of stories that's not being told. So it's cool to see like there's such an open way for it. And I feel like it's opening it up for me, because I ain't no thug, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up on hip hop, that's what it meant. Like, you know, you can tell like my mom, I wanted to be a rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the idea of everything that came with that in order to make it successful wasn't, you know, particularly attractive.
Especially like parents coming up in the 80s and the 90s and all that. Like you can't tell your parent, I'm gonna be an artist in the rap game, because they didn't even see at that time the level of money you could make from rap.
Even when they supportive, they like, but you should have a job. You know what I mean? Like you should just make sure, you know. But you know.
But I like the fact that like you're open to say, I'm not into that gangbanging stuff. I'm who I am. I'm a dope artist. You know what I'm saying? We need more people doing that. So I respect you for that.
Yeah, I have mad respect for you for that, because a lot of people on Instagram, I know you said the clowning when it comes to the music, but we also have people clowning on Instagram, calling out different people.
True that.
Trying to be super hard, like you said. So I want to know, what type of impact would you like to have on the hip hop game itself?
I want to just show people that they could do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to kind of illustrate that you don't have to do all of these like gimmicks and stuff like that. And I just want to let my story be the example and let what I do be the example. You know what I mean? Like my thing is I always concentrate on the music. Like if I ever feel like my back is against the wall, I go to the studio and I work on some more records. So, you know, I think it's cool. Like, you know, you have all of the clowning around, going around. But like at the end of the day, when that stops being attractive, then you have to figure out something else. So, you know, to me, I think what I want to bring to the game is just the idea that like good music works, you know what I'm saying, and good music can work, and then just show people like, you know, that everybody could do it. Like it's nothing special. It is special, but it's nothing like if you put your mind to it, you could do it. Like yeah, we out here, but we not like on this high pedestal as artists that like no one could reach. I just want everybody to know that they could do it.
Definitely. And what's good music to you?
Good music is something that makes you feel something. Like it has to be real. Like I don't, you know, kind of going back to what I was saying before about like hip hop and stuff like that. I don't care if it's like thuggin' hip hop, if it's backpack hip hop, whatever you want to call it. Like as long as it's real, as long as I can feel it, as long as it's like no matter what genre. To me, good music just means like it was authentic. Y'all didn't go in there trying to phone it in. You know what I'm saying? Like how can we make a great hip hop record or a great country record? Like you was just making music from your heart. You know what I mean? And to me, that's good music.
I like that. So you always make good music from your heart? Is it
always?
Do you have to be in a certain mindset when you go in and you record, or you just go whenever you feel like, hey, I need to get in the studio right now?
There's a mindset I like to be in. Like I like to be like creatively ready, but nowadays like I don't necessarily always have that luxury. Like a lot of the times it's like we working on this, we're gonna do this, let's go. So I just like to I just kind of like to go into my own space, you know. It's been like a challenge, like not a challenge, but it's been a new experience working with multiple songwriters and things like that and being collaborative because like, but it's helped me realize like my favorite way to just get in my zone is just like to be just in my own space, turn the beat on, let me rock out for a few. And you know, it all depends. Like some records, like, you know, I'll have a song done before the beat, you know what I'm saying? Just like a Lucy hanging around and I'm just like, I need a beat for it, I need a home for it. And then there's other ones where it's just like, you know, we get in there and we just start everything from scratch.
That's what's up. So is there any artists that you currently want to work with?
Man, I'm really down to work with anybody. I mean, just few of my favorites, like obviously like the Drakes and the Kendricks and the Coles, like just because those are like, to me, like I come from the era of lyricism, so like they the ones that's up there now that still carry that torch. And then like my inspirations too, like my older inspirations, I still want to work with Jay, I still want to work with Ye, I still want to work with M, I want to work with like really all of the cats who I used to listen to coming up, you know what I mean? That's really what I'm looking forward to.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So tell me what's next.
Oh man, so what's next is dropping the album. We're looking forward to dropping it like the top of the year. In the meantime, I'm just still gonna be putting out like little Lucy's and music. I might put out a mixtape in the meantime, but we really want to get the project together. Season 5 of Empire is coming up, so things are looking good to get some more placements on there. And other than that, just more music, you know what I mean? Just kind of figuring out this crazy industry out here. Like I've always been a fan of it, but just like learning more and more and figuring out like where I fit in the game right now.
That's what's up. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media and
of
that nature.
So you can find me on social media on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on A.C.E.discusses. And you can check out my latest single that I last put out, Only One, at artisticcreativeenergy.com. And you can keep going up to that website to get all of the updates and everything like that and stay in the loop.
Well, man, next time you out here, man, we definitely want to bring you back in the future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We definitely enjoy your vibe.
Absolutely. I love to be back.
Here, you know?
Yeah, I'd love to drop some new music out here. Anytime.
Next time you come, man, bring the music, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
All right, so that was Ace, y'all. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with our next guest. You listen to The Fixxx on Dash Talk X.